That's good. No news is good news.
May 3rd? May 3rd?
No idea. May.
Here's our May strawberry harvest from the Dome Garden, I guess.
Yeah. Just today. But it was like 2 days worth.
Yep. So good.
Hi everyone, sit down, relax, get a snack. I'm about to chat for like 20 minutes probably. I've been trying not to babble and talk as much recently in my vlogs because I do chat a little too much. But I haven't filmed in a hot minute and I really need to fill you guys in on a few things because I do want to hop back into vlogging a lot more, especially since there's so much going on right now. First of all, I have poison ivy all over me. The goats, we had a big like bush of poison ivy, and the little baby goats, which hopefully you'll see soon in this video, they've just been like, they haven't been eating it and they were playing in it, and then I like was holding them and I got it, and then Ben ended up taking it out so that we're good now. Anyway, I mean, like it was in like the cracks of my fingers. You could see how nasty it is, and then I have it like all on my arm and my legs. But thankfully, the main itching is over for that. All right, I don't know where to start, to be honest, because I don't remember where I left off in the vlog. I have been very scattered. I have not been vlogging consistently, so apologies. It's really truly, when I say has been busy, it has been unbelievably busy. So we have the farm, you know, rolling. We have all the veggies and fruit and flour and everything happening. And I haven't even had time to film for that because we do have our Wild Pines Farm channel. So please go subscribe to that. I'll be coming out with content soon. Looks like Ben's coming inside. He's on the tractor right now, so he might interrupt this conversation. But gonna try to break it down as much as possible. We've been really busy. Like, I have a big flower order this week. I have a lot of rescues happening. Today, I'll just start off with today. Today I am taking an orphan opossum. So we got a call yesterday night that someone had hit an opossum and a mother passed away. She had 4 babies. One of the babies passed away in transit to us. So we got 3 of them, and one has a leg that's just dangling there. And I've tried like little bits of therapy. I think it's like Traeger therapy and just movements and trying to get that stimulated because she's not hurting. It doesn't hurt her. She doesn't react when I touch it. I almost think it's like a dislocation. Unless it is a nerve problem, I'm not sure. But our goal is to always rehab and release into the wild, so we really can't do that if she has 3 legs. So we need to get that 4th leg working. If it doesn't, you know, we have raised non-releasables before, but we're hoping it doesn't have to come to that because she deserves to be wild since she is a wild animal. The other 2 are doing well. She has a brother and a sister. The brother isn't eating as much, but they have been getting better and better each day. So I am taking the baby with the bad leg to the vet in like a half an hour. I'm out here getting her packed up to go because I'm running low on time. Hi, Craig. More on him later. But this is our new kennel bank. I love it. It's been very useful. We had a turkey rescue that stayed down there. We have feral cats that stayed in here. This has been an amazing addition. But anyway, I have the opossums staying in here just for now. It's really windy because I have the fan going. Hopefully you can hear me. But you can see I did just feed them. Hold on. Whoops, sorry. And of course they soaked their blanket. But hello, my friends. Oh my, we gotta change their blanket. And I gotta I'm packing up little sweet pea. And we're gonna get going. So here she is. This is her dangly leg. It's very dangly. Very worried about it, but she still has use of her tail and her other leg, so it's definitely not a spinal cord problem. But I feel like it's gonna be something as simple as like more therapy and whatever else. But I would rather be safe than sorry. I can't get to the vet tomorrow, and of course the next few days are weekend. So I'd rather get this taken care of now. Oh, Sweetie. I love these. They're so cute. Okay, sorry. Let's go. We gotta get going. All right, we just got done at the vet, and it's not great news. It turns out she has broken her leg completely in half. With her size, how young she is, and the way it's broken, they're not gonna do anything like a splint cast or whatever. They're gonna see how it plays out. She has a recheck in 4 weeks, but they said she's going to need an amputation. So she has pain meds and all of that jazz that we'll be administering for a few weeks, and then when she's old enough, we'll be getting that leg amputated. That isn't what I was hoping for, obviously. It's actually quite sad, but I'm very, very glad that we ended up coming out to the vet today, because like I said, I was really surprised it was broken, just because I just thought it would be like a dislocation thing. Even the vet was like, I thought it was going to be neurological just by the first look at it, but it's broken. So anyway, we have all of her stuff, and we have her rescheduled for about a month from now, just to kind of get her pre-op appointment, and we'll go from there. So it's actually, is it the next day or has it been 2 days? I don't know. Whoops. But today is an exciting day. I know I like couple clips ago, I was like, sit down, I'm about to fill you in on everything, but you know what, we're going with it as we, instead of filling you in, we're just doing it by the moment that it happens. But today is exciting because we have new rescues coming in. There are some rescues you guys still haven't met, I believe, but we are helping another sanctuary kind of close. They're not sure if they're actually dissolving their nonprofit, or they're at least going to downsize it. Sorry, I'm looking at some of the animals. So they're, you probably hear the cats. Hi. Oh my. Oh goodness. Okay. So they're kind of in between dissolving and just downsizing. Anyway, we're helping them. They are bringing 3 minis to live with us forever. They have surrendered them to us as of this morning, and they're about, I think, like a half an hour away. So it's like a little family. There's a mini horse that's the mother, a mini donkey that's the father, and a mini mule that's the daughter. They were rescued from a whole breeding operation a while ago, so they have been living at this other sanctuary for a while. So it's really hard for the sanctuary. It was a hard decision, and we're really glad that we were able to be here to help them. So that's really exciting. I cannot wait to meet them. We've been discussing this rescue for a really long time. Like, we were in contact with the other sanctuary probably back in March, like the beginning of March or end of February. So it's just been like a whole thing about health certificates and like right timing and like vaccines for their vet appointments, all this stuff. Plus, you know, it's hard to let go of an animal. They just can't financially keep them any longer, and I totally understand that, and no judgment to that sanctuary, because at least they reached out and looked for help instead of, you know, mistreating their animals or dumping them. There's so many other bad things that we've seen gone wrong in the rescue world. But anyway, they're coming here today, and they're bringing those 3, and then we actually have another whole thing to talk about later. Might be after this whole mini introduction that we do here in the vlog. But going back, we have another friend. Woo! Tripping me. Another friend we want to introduce you to. Actually, I lied. She's not there. Her name is Strawberry. She came to us a few weeks ago. It was actually, all right, now you can sit down and get a snack. But from the same place that hazelnut, walnut, and maple came from. Long story short, I ended up finishing the placements for all of the goats, like the adult goats and everything, and the goats got castrated. But it ended up being a catastrophe because the person who castrated them was a vet clinic that I don't like, but they chose to use because reasons. And we paid for the castration. he ended up getting infected and all this stuff because they used like an old method that nobody uses anymore. And then a sanctuary that went there to pick up the adult goats, which another one had like mastitis and just so many issues with the adult goats, and they had told me like they were keeping them separate, but they weren't, and it was just a whole thing, and I don't want to get too much into it, but it was a little bit of a disaster. But the sanctuary that went there and picked them up said that they saw their turkeys, and they are shutting down their homestead that they started, which is great. The turkeys were the only thing left, and it turns out one of them had bumblefoot so bad. I don't know if I got video. If I did, maybe I'll include it. So bad. It's the worst case of bumblefoot I have ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen a lot of bumblefoot. We got her surrendered to us, thankfully, because they're wanting to, you know, quit the whole animal. They wanted to quit their homesteading. I don't even want to call it that. But anyway, so they were very willing to surrender her to us, and we got her in, got her surgery. She's healing. She has foot wraps. Oh, there she is. She has foot wraps on right now. She's still looking a little rough in the feet, but she's doing really great, and the swelling has gone down immensely. We're doing bandage changes every day, and now I'm doing foot soaks for her, because that's how I usually treat bumblefoot, is just foot soaks instead of invasive surgeries, especially when, you know, they don't do well on anesthesia, and she had to get knocked out to get this done just because it was so bad, and a foot soak probably would have not helped it. But she is doing much better. She'll probably go back in soon, and probably, if it's still pretty bad, which I think it will be, she might have to have surgery again. We'll see when that time comes. But anyway, I'm not sitting, I'm standing here with the goats. And basically, anyway, back to the minis. They're going to be here probably like in 15 minutes now. But I've been having a time. Ben is not here. He had to do some deliveries for the farm today. And I'm having a fiasco. Having a problem, whatever we want to say. The extension cords that we have are filled with mud, and I don't know how to get it clean. I did bring a paper clip that I'm gonna try to dig out the extension cords. Like, the plug part is completely blocked off and it's hardened, so I need to clean those out so that I can plug in the fans, because it is 90 degrees today. Poor Briar, she's even like trying to find shade. Basically, I have 3 extension cords that I need to get plugged in for these animals, for the dogs, for the goats, for the I almost said the cows, the horses. Oh my gosh, it's just, and I went to look for new extension cords, and there's just nothing. So I gotta get this done. So I'm gonna hang up on you guys, and you'll probably see the minis next. Crisis averted. I gotta put the little ones away. Okay, they're running a little bit behind. They're going super slow, of course. 3 minis on board. So I got the extension cord situation under control, but it is a little sketchy. Wouldn't recommend the setup. I'm putting the baby goats away right now because I don't want them running around. Oh my goodness. Come on, Hazel. Hazel. Wally. Oh, Walnut. Get down. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna just set y'all right there. Wally, don't do anything. Walnut. Okay. Well, that's a thing that's happening. Here. Walnut. Goodness. Get down. No. Come on. All right, well, let's handle one at a time. Okay, there you go. Here's some stuff to eat. Perfect. The kids are put away. Okay, they should be here soon. I also got this fan working in here, so I gotta... This is inside the goat barn, by the way. Surprise. I don't know if you ever were in here. And we have another barn, actually. Hold on. I don't know what I vlogged anymore. Hold on. Getting down. All right. Have the fan going. Babies are up. Goats are eating out of the container. I'll show you the barn while we wait. Usually it's only like
2 something. Usually we don't give them snacks until later, but special circumstances, because I don't even know if I'm gonna let them out the rest of the day while the minis get acclimated. All right, let's go look. So here's the goat barn. Got a paint sprayer, by the way. Helped immensely with painting. It's all fenced in as well, this part, which we know the rescue coming up soon, so this is not gonna be the goat enclosure anymore. There's a lot happening here, unexpectedly, in a good way. All right, so here is the barn. It's not really a barn. I don't know what defines a barn. It's more of a big run-in, like giant run-in. We oversize it, you know, because we want the ability to put bigger animals in there. You know, we want it to be versatile. So when, you know, we get other, like a barn or another run-in or another pasture or whatever, or another pasture fenced in, like, and we move people around, we just, you know, we want all of our shelters to be able to include a lot of different species. So, well, I'm just gonna show you the barn. We do have this. You guys probably remember this. I've had it for a while. It's overflowing right now, so I gotta get that handled. But got it filled up for them. We got our own cut hay, and going inside the barn. Have the fan going in here. I think it's on low, so I'll probably put it on high in a minute. Actually, I can't because I put the ladder away, darn it. Anyway, this is straw bedding for, it could be the minis, but it's actually for a rescue coming on Wednesday. That's a whole, or sorry, Monday. It's a whole thing though. I don't want to, I guess, jinx it. I don't want to talk about it yet because it's a very sensitive rescue. Like, she's very sick. Anyway, we have the fan, not much going on in here. Hay, trough. I got a salt lick somewhere, but I didn't hang it up because it was heavy and I was afraid the goats would knock it down and hit themselves on the head. But that's it. There's not much going on in there. It's just a shelter. And then they get this whole area pretty much to hang out in. All right, so I'm gonna go up front now and wait for them. I haven't heard from them since like a half an hour ago, so I don't know what their updated ETA is. But actually, I'm gonna leave you guys in the barn, and then I will not film while they're here, so I'll see you after that. They're here.
So dark.
Who is that then?
Magnolia. Cherry.
And I don't know.
Hmm.
Cherry. She wants that bag. Hi.
Here he is. Who's that?
Who is it?
I forgot. It's Cypress.
Yeah. Why are you curious? What's going on?
Come on. Come check out the pad.
Jerry is still very much like, I want to go in. Nope, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
The fact we lured her in here with the hay, though, is really...
Yeah. What do you think?
Just one flag.
I like your kicks. Or kick.
I am going to hope that Ben did some filming. He said he did. I don't know how much or what of the transport. Oh my gosh. I actually don't really remember what I last filmed. I know I showed you Strawberry, the turkey. Who else was being rescued at the time? The minis. You guys saw the minis, I think. I hope. I don't even know. Anyway, we like were, long story short, this is in case Ben didn't say anything or fill any of you in on his clips. I'll insert this before his clips. But basically, a friend of his has a sanctuary, Sunset Farm Sanctuary in Arkansas. She posted about a blind free martin calf that was just like, I think at the time, a week old, maybe closer to 2 weeks old. And she was going to be destroyed. The farmer gave her like a week at the time to find a home before he destroyed her. She couldn't take her because she already has several cows to take care of, and they're expensive, and running a nonprofit isn't easy. You don't always get the funding, so she just wasn't in the position. And Ben really, he's my voice of reason, but he looked at me and he's like, do you want to rescue a calf? And I was just like, say less. And then I contacted her, and then we arranged it. We didn't think we would because she's in Arkansas, so we didn't know how that was going to go about. We contacted several transport places, which only served like the East Coast, so it was a little far out of their range. But then Ben has another friend that actually lives in Arkansas, and they were able to coordinate a little transport thing. So Ben went out there and they road tripped back. And we've had the calf ever since, and I'll insert any clips now.
Oh my, you need some more Baba? You taking my shirt?
So,
I need some attention too.
I don't think I've ever pet an emu.
We made it. What's he chewing on? We got Scott back there playing with the piggies. Got an emu here, emu there. Here a moo, here a moo, there a moo. It's a baby, Sorsha. Sorsha. Hey. Hey. What are you crunching on, huh? You chewing on rocks? What you got? Hey, you're kind of scary. Hey.
Saoirse is here with us now. She's been doing really well, except for this morning she had a really big crash. She was like completely limp, and we were kind of panicking, and it was scary. There's been a lot going on, not just for Saoirse, but I'll try to just talk about Saoirse. We have a few other rescues and a few other situations and all this stuff going on. So Saoirse has a really hard time. She's blind. She has a hard time eating. She can't latch. She just has a hard time. Just a very hard time. Takes her to finish a single bottle, about 40 minutes to an hour. So we have quite literally been spending 6 to 8 hours a day just bottle feeding her. It's not easy. And it's taken a lot out of me. I'm exhausted. That's her like moving stuff in the background, but it's been a lot, and this is not for the weak, I'll tell you. This is definitely one of the more medical demanding cases as well. She was suffering from bilateral pneumonia, which I have a stethoscope, and I was listening to her lungs just today, and they sound great. I wasn't hearing any kind of pneumonia sounds. So fingers crossed that stays away. She's already been on 3 antibiotics. So hopefully we got rid of that. She has leg issues, so she has to do PT. She is severely dehydrated pretty much all the time. So we're doing a lot of electrolytes. She's scouring, so again, a lot of electrolytes. We're doing basically right now a bottle of electrolytes, a bottle of milk, a bottle of electrolytes, a bottle of milk. I just tried to get her to drink some milk. This will be her first milk of the day, just because she did have a really bad crash this morning. She does not want to eat it. There's like a long list of health issues she has, but I'm like blanking right now. But pretty much anything you can think of, she has been having an issue with, and we're here for her, and we're going to support her because she's perfect. We love her so very much. So that's been going on, and it's literally been my whole day, all the time, every day. And it's been hard kind of managing everything. And I've been kind of joking saying I'm on maternity leave now with work because I have not been able to work. I have not been able to even touch my computer in days. Weeks. She's almost been here a week. I haven't even been able to vlog because I've been so tired. Ben's been tired. We're both just exhausted, but we're doing the best we can for her. We had a little bit of a vet fiasco. So our vet has a cow-specific vet who is actually not in until June. He's on like a little vacation, or a big vacation, I should say, like the whole rest of May he was on vacation. So we were like, can anybody at the clinic see her? And they had me emailing them back and forth. And the main doctor, we were like excited because we think that she's very trustworthy, and we wanted her to see her. But then we were having an emergency. Like, we really wanted to make sure her pneumonia was gone, because I'm no vet. I just wanted to like double check, and I was having a hard time hearing her lungs at first. So anyway, they put us in as an emergency appointment, and honestly, without bashing the clinic too much, because it's a whole thing. Like, I know they're overwhelmed, and they basically shouldn't have let us come in, and they should have told us to go elsewhere. And I asked them a few times, I was like, are you sure? So we saw the other doctor. There's another doctor there. She's really knowledgeable when it comes to dogs and cats, but I don't know about other animals. So she saw her. I didn't go. Ben was with her because we had vet appointments every single day that week, and I needed a break, and she's heavy, so I just had Ben go that day. But I was on the phone, and from what I heard, it was kind of going well, and then they really didn't know what to do with her. They were just saying she's severely dehydrated, she needs fluids. They tried to get an IV in her, and then they stopped and left, and they closed him out, and they charged us for our appointment, and didn't give us any sub-Q fluids like they had talked about. They didn't give us any pain meds. It was a whole thing. But I ended up straightening it out with the doctor the next day. Oh, man. But yeah, she has like, she grinds her teeth. She has some pains. She's a poor baby. We love her so much. She's amazing. She's doing so great. We're so proud of her. Speaking of the vet, since I have you, we did take Walnut and Hazelnut and Maple and the little goats to get their booster shots, and for Walnut's castration. But unfortunately, they turned us away after confirming that they were going to castrate him early because he did have damaging from banding. I confirmed with them several times. I was like, you're sure you're able to do this early? And they're like, yes, I have email proof. Took him in, and they said, nah, we're not doing it today. And I was really angry, but luckily we wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. My battery is dying. Let me change this and I'll be back. All right, so banding, it's like, I don't want to go too much into it, but basically it's not normal in that area. And the banding had long-lasting effects, unfortunately. Never band your animals, please. If you know anybody who does that, don't let them do it. It's so cruel. But we had cut the band off as soon as we got him. As soon as we noticed it. It was like a day or two after we really noticed it. And it's like kind of looking necrotic, but the doctor says she can't feel anything right now. She has to wait till he's 6 months or older so that she can feel whether they're stuck in his abdomen or whether or not they actually got them with banding. So he'll either be like good to go or he'll need abdominal surgery. And then the same day I took in Jeremiah, the feral cat, which I don't know if I introduced you to Jeremiah. I know I was like on a roll trying to introduce you to everyone, and then the calf transport happened and I lost everything. But Jeremiah is one of the feral cats that we caught, we've been working with. And he had a leg injury, and then we took him in to get neutered, and I asked specifically for them to look at that leg, and they said it was fine. And they said if he doesn't start using it in a few days to come back. And oh, sure enough, like a week and a half later, I was like, hey, let's revisit this. Come on, I told you there's something wrong. You didn't believe me. You didn't listen to me the first time. And sure enough, they took an x-ray, and they actually found pellets. Like, he had been shot with like birdshot in his ear, in his elbows, in his muscles. They were able to pop out. So basically, let's pretend I have a cat leg right now. Right here, not their paw, but like here, I'm gonna say I guess their elbow, right? Their knee, whatever it's called, had a couple pieces right here on the joint. So they were thinking that's what's preventing him from walking. So they were able to surgically remove those really quickly. Now the ones that are, and they popped out the one in his ear, which I can't believe we didn't notice. He got stitches. It wasn't too bad. It was like 2 stitches. The other ones are not going to be removed. We have had animals that have been shot that have lived a full life. It's not going to affect them. But it's in his muscle, so it's a very, very, very invasive thing to get out, even if you want to try it. But we're just like, it's fine. We just want him to be able to walk. If he can. If he can't, that's fine too. He doesn't need to be able to walk properly, just as long as he's not in pain. But it did aggravate me because I had told them several times. It's like, please listen to me. Please, I'm willing to pay you to figure out what is wrong with this cat. Oh my gosh, it's been so much. But he got back, he's good. And then Samson we took in for dental because his teeth are looking bad. We've talked about this before on the channel. But basically they can't do anything with the teeth. I thought it was about time to get them removed because they were really starting to look nasty and red and black. Or brown, sorry. And I took him in. I had sent pictures prior just to kind of avoid it if we had to, but she wasn't sure, so she wanted to like feel around. Turns out it's like part of the tooth that like is rooted all the way in the jaw, and to remove a healthy tooth in that placement, like that specific tooth, they're like I think they're his bottom canines. Now I can't remember. But his canines rub together really weird, and his front teeth are all crooked, so it basically has a malocclusion or a version of malocclusion. But I wanted to get those teeth removed, and I just thought, like, let's just do it so we don't have to worry about it anymore and worry about watching him for infection and stuff. Turns out his roots are very healthy, so they would literally probably, like, have to dislocate his jaw to get them out because it takes so much. It's just, it wasn't worth it. Excuse me. So she just like really told me to look out for certain things. Like if it starts really swelling and it does get infected, then we'll have to really do something about it. But for now, we're just watching him very closely. He actually was diagnosed with severe arthritis while he was there. I didn't plan on that. She's like, he's so stiff. He can barely like sit right, and like maybe she was thinking his jaw had arthritis too because he was drooling when he ate, and that was a new development too, and he was just drooling randomly. But yeah, she was just like, wow, I think he's so much older than y'all think he is, because we didn't know. The previous vets had said somewhere between like, at the time, like 3 and 5, but he's been with us a few years, so now it's kind of like 5 and 8, but she thinks he's like 9. So we have kind of officially retired him inside. He's just living the life. He loves it, but he has to be on daily medication. It's easier to manage that way, and obviously he has arthritis, so we don't want him to push himself. But he's been loving it. Right now I have a cow. I have let's see, there's Saoirse right there. Hey girlfriend, how's it going? So we have this setup. This is new, actually. We had a shorter gait, but she was actually just repeatedly choking herself because it landed like right at her neck area. And I don't know what, I mean, I guess it just has to do with the fact that she's blind. But she just kept doing that, and it wasn't good for her. What are you doing? You want the bottle now? But we got this bigger or taller gate up, and she's hanging out here. This is her unicorn. She only gets this at bedtime though, because she does pee everywhere. We don't do the diaper because she is scouring, and I just don't want to clean up diarrhea off of her fur. So we're letting her free potty. But yeah, she's just in my room right now. There's towels and medical stuff over on my chair. There's this blocking the door, or blocking this from being moved out. And then this is Sweet Pea's enclosure, which I could show you her in a little bit. I just woke her up, so she's a little cranky. Hi, Sweet Pea. Are you upset? Here she is. You're such a big girl, huh? You're such a big girl. She's already gotten so big. So I can kind of show you. This is her broken foot. You can see she can move it. I know, crazy, but if you look at it compared to the other one, it's all wonky. And she doesn't always use it like that. Her climbing's not fantastic. I just realized I have milk all over my shirt. I'm sorry, guys. I swear I've washed this. It's just, you know, Saoirse is a little messy. Anyway, Sweet Pea. So you can see maybe she dangles it a lot more. She can't climb very well with it. But it is, I don't know how many weeks it's been. At least a week, if not 2. Because I think her recheck was supposed to be in 4 weeks. Yeah, so it's been about 2 to 3 weeks. What are you doing? Ah! So she is such a sweetie. We love her. She was a big hit at the vet, of course. But yeah, rehabbers aren't supposed to really do this with their babies. Because, you know, you want to keep them wild. So, that's also why I'm kind of concerned. I mean, I know I could not interact with her, but I am trying to get her to move this leg. So, the more she moves it, maybe the better it will be. I have no idea. I'm not sure how to rehab a broken baby bone, but oh, goodness. Because her brother and sister are actually terrified of me still. And that's how you want it. Are you okay, baby? She's sneezing a little bit, but I think she's okay. But yeah, we're watching her really closely and kind of just trying to figure out what the next steps are. But we're not really going to know until she has her recheck. But we'll keep you posted. She's so sweet. I love baby opossum so much. I keep looking over here because I swear I see a turtle. But I don't know if it's a turtle or not. I kind of want to go see. There's also like 3 squirrels. Anyway, gosh, I have so much going on. There's also another rescue that we're supposed to be doing that we committed to before we committed to the calf. What? What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh no. Let's listen to you, actually. I'm like really concerned that she might have. Can you stop? You guys stop moving. What? Ow. Okay, I think she's just coughing for fun. Sorry, we've just been having so many things happen, so never know what's gonna happen next. Anyway, I wanted to show you Sweet Pea. She's amazing. She's fun. She likes to sit on the back of my neck. And probably show you a little bit more of Saoirse as we go throughout the rest of this month. We have about, I don't know if there's 30 or 31 days in this month. Anyway, I think we have about 5 or 6 days left. And then we'll be starting our next month's vlog. I really wanted to start editing some of these vlogs because I'm a little behind, but you know what? Like I was joking, I've been on maternity leave. I've just been, this is honestly the longest break I've had. I really do need to get her bottle because she's like, okay, hi. Because she's staring at me. But we have this bottle. She has so much trouble eating. I really wish she didn't. Hi. But yeah, I gotta go get her some food, and Ben's out getting her electrolytes right now. I did order some online, like quite a bit, because they were a good deal. I think they're like $3 a pack. They're specific ones, not just a general electrolyte, but specific to her condition. And I bought them, but it is also a holiday weekend technically for like, it's like a bank holiday, so the post office and stuff's closed. So we aren't going to be getting them in time, so I had to send him out to get a couple of pouches to last us until the other stuff comes in. But it sucks because Tractor Supply charges over double. Over double. So, anyway. That's what's going on. I gotta go put Sweet Pea back to bed, and I gotta get this baby to drink this entire bottle. Yes, this will take an hour. No idea how this is gonna go because I don't really have anything to prop y'all up on. So we're gonna try. Can do this here. Saoirse. Here's her booty. Hopefully she doesn't go to the bathroom. That would be bad. It's not bad. It's good when she goes to the bathroom, but this is her sheep. This is her other unicorn. And we've got her pig. Alright, Saoirse. Hi. Come here, babe. Okay. Alright. So she very much leans, trying to get the bottle. Oh my goodness. And this tall gate really doesn't help the situation. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Are we hungry? Sorry, I know you can't really see. We'll readjust in a minute. Like I said, it's really hard to get her started on these. You can kind of see her, I guess. Oh, goodness. Goodness, can we swallow? You've got to be hungry. Can't reach the camera. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to... Okay. Ooh. Right there. Oh, yeah, this isn't working. I need a better setup. Okay, all right. Oh, no, we gotta try better. Come on. Good job. Good job. She like kind of goes for a little bit and then she's like, nah. I just hope you get enough food, huh? I tried bottle feeding her this bottle about, having a little leak. Don't have a towel. Anyway, I tried this bottle about an hour ago and she didn't want anything to do with it, but I figured she might have been a little full from her electrolytes that she had just had. She had a whole bottle. Oh, Saoirse. Oh, no. Goodness. You want to try again, baby? If she doesn't want to eat this, at least I'll try to give her some electrolytes. Because that is going to be the most important thing right now. Just trying to keep her stable from her crash this morning. I know. And then she's grinding her teeth right now. Because she's just uncomfortable. She's in distress. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You're doing so good. You're doing such a good job. Yes, ma'am. You say hi to YouTube? Okay. Hi. Alright, I do have to get going to get a little more focus into feeding her. But this is Saoirse. You're doing such a good job, girl. Such a good job. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. She's stepping on me. Alright, we gotta get going. We'll be back soon. The baby is down for a nap. I didn't really get too much more of a bottle into her. I think we did about half a bottle total since this morning. But I really think after the crash that she had this morning, she really needs more electrolytes anyway. So when she wakes up from her nap, which this is her first nap since waking up this morning because I've been nervous about her just crashing again. So she's probably really tired. I'm gonna have her nap till I get back up there. But we're getting rain the next few days, and our snapdragons, we already did kind of like a first harvest of them, and they're amazing. I do have a whole bunch of them that I need to cut. I needed to cut kind of yesterday. But again, going back to I don't really have time for much else these days, just animal stuff. I think yesterday, well, Ben had market, so I was doing everything here by myself for the whole day, because then he went to his mom's house for her birthday and all kinds of stuff. So he was barely home yesterday.
And it took me all day. Like as soon as I was done with the morning chores, it was, I think, afternoon. So then it was time to start afternoon chores, and then it was bedtime. So anyway, it's time to come out here. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm putting a big bucket of water. So I'm gonna get these snaps and maybe some yarrow. I gotta sell, well, we sold most of the snapdragons to florists this week. So they might want some this next week coming up. Whew, what a hike. I do need to kind of hurry up so I can get back, but I want to show you these snaps. Oh, and we've been selling a lot of edible flowers recently. There's one of our patches. That's the Chianti Shades mix. I can't remember. I really can't remember. Anyway, here it is, the little snapdragon patch. These ended up turning out so nice. So we only have 2 varieties in here. This is Potomac Lavender. I believe these are both Potomac. Could be incorrect about that. And then we have Apple Blossom. So this is our first year of snaps. I mean, we kind of had just like 2 plants of it last year, just that we got in the fall from a nursery. And I really liked it, and I like that we can overwinter these here. Now, I didn't have, look at that bee. I didn't have much success overwintering the ones we had, but I didn't take it very seriously. Hi, little bee friend. So that one didn't make it, but I'm hoping that these ones will do well. And we have more. So we did end up getting these from Farmer Bailey's. It's my new favorite thing. Instead of starting from seed, if there's a variety that I want, I'm just getting it from Farmer Bailey's because the plugs are amazing. I wanted to vlog about it. I don't know if I did. Maybe I did vlog about some of it, but they're just amazing, and it makes my life a little bit easier. Because I did start some snapdragons, and they're still like this big from seed. Sorry, I shouldn't have specified. I did that months ago. So they're not doing the greatest. But anyway, lavender and apple blossom have been a hit with the florists, a hit at the market this week. We almost sold out. Ben came home with 1 bouquet, which was the lavender, I think. But yeah, like I said, I got to get all of these because you want to, I don't know, can you see? I want to harvest when at least 2, well, it's like 2/3 is like the maximum you want to go. But when these start, the flowers at the bottom start opening is when you want to start harvesting them. I'm trying to see if there's any that are too far gone. I think they're all pretty early because I've been on top of it for the top of it, not really, but kind of. You could see here is where I cut a bunch of them. So these stems, I didn't pinch these because I wanted to just go for it. So you can see, I think, pretty sure these ones that are smaller that are coming back are from the ones that were pinched or cut previously. This one doesn't look too fantastic. But let me see. I know there's a couple that like pinched themselves, you know, when we planted them and they just kind of broke. Honestly, I can't see, but I think that's one back there. So you can see there's a bunch of smaller ones. So these will keep coming back. It's just since I didn't pinch them, we got a really nice hefty first stem, which the florists have loved. So what the plan is, we sell these ones to the florists and then the little ones go in our market bouquets. But anyway, I love these. They turned out amazing. There were like 285 plants per tray. It was a really good deal. We didn't really know what to do with all of them. There's not 285 here. We put them at other locations that are less sunny and they're not doing as well, but it's been a lot. But anyway, I'm going to do a little harvest of these and get back up to see Saoirse and hopefully do something else. Maybe I'll have a little bit of time to do something else before she wakes up. All right, I got about half of them picked. I got most of the apple blossom ones picked. The lavender have a few more. I was filming for the Wild Pines Farm YouTube channel, so go check out that channel, subscribe. We'd love to have you over there. So I was doing that and it just wasn't in frame these last few, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quickly and then we're gonna head back up there. Here is the final haul. Lots more of the lavender, of course. The apple blossom, I mean, we can see that there are some opening up. They're just not quite ready. Some of these probably could get picked, but I don't know. Like this is a little wonky, this one. You might want to just take that one out. But I'm just gonna let these ones go for the next day or so and maybe come back out and harvest if I have the time. But yeah, this is such a good haul. Oh my gosh. This has to be like the best flower I've grown this year so far. We had ranunculus right up here, but I think I did them a little too late because it just started getting too hot for them and they started yellowing. Same thing with the anemones, but the anemones had an ant problem. We just had, like, I planted the corums. Next thing I knew, there's like 80 ant hills. Not that many, probably like 2 hills, lots of ants in that area, and they just didn't bloom. I mean, I got a couple, but it wasn't great. Before I go up there with those flowers, I want to take you up to the dahlias. Let me, I've got to navigate out of here really quickly. But I will mainly want to show you, we are getting hit by ants up here, unfortunately. So it's a whole, I got to watch them and clear off any ants that I may see. But I'm not completely planted out yet up here. Let me get kind of in the middle. So behind me, you'll see some over here. It's not mulched, but I do have plants planted in there. I had to extend this a whole row because I had so many. So the cardboard you see is the new extended bit. Okay, we want to go back here. So the first ones that I planted, actually our very own cultivar, and it's opening up. So hold on, let's see. There are 4. I have 4 of the plants. I divided the tubers into 4. I could have probably got more, but I wanted to be super safe. Here, I'll show you. So clearly it's not fully open yet. I really wish I had a bag to protect it from bugs. But this is it. Now it is mainly yellow, and you can see there's like some some orange-ish on the tips. Now that changes with weather, so when it's hotter, like really hot, it won't have that orange or as much of that orange. But yeah, we have quite a few of them coming up now. It's not focusing. Ignore all the cardboard behind this. I'm also trying to mulch around here because out here I extended it as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is our very first dahlia of the year, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait. I hope these do really well and I could divide out the dahlias and make even more, and then I can send them off to other farms, maybe sell some this coming year. We shall see. But this seedling is on its 4th year. Wait, 4th year. This is a 4th growing year. Wait, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Yeah, this is its final growing year. 3rd or testing year. I'll probably keep it for another year and then we'll sell. The other dahlias that we have, the other plants of that one, I have 4 total, are a little smaller, but everything's starting to come up. You can see I was really excited and happy to see all of this growth, and then we'd get hit. So you can kind of see how it's like green, 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 and then bare right here. That means an ant got that, unfortunately. So, or not an ant. And before you say it's aphids, it is not. I promise you. I have been dealing with this for 3 years now, since we really started gardening out here. The ants literally eat this plant. They live inside the stem, and I've heard people say, well, there's probably aphids inside the stem. There is not, I promise you. I promise you, they're mostly fire ants. These fire ants are insane. They eat my plants. My dahlias usually take a big hit. Last year I definitely lost a lot of varieties from the ants. But I have learned if I fight them, they get worse, and they travel to travel to dahlia varieties that I really don't want them to get. So what I let happen is right now they're trying to get that dahlia I just showed you, which I don't want to happen. So I'm trying to chase them off, do all the like oils and sprays, and obviously organic oils and sprays like orange oil or whatever. I'm trying to do that and get them to a different plant basically that I wouldn't care as much about, like something that I have duplicates of. That's usually what I found works. Unfortunately, I have to sacrifice. But anyway, I'm going to take this up now, and I don't know when I'll check in next because I'm probably going to have to try to give this baby a bottle. And honestly, I kind of want to maybe go on the computer for the first time in a week.
Hey y'all, I remember I was filling you in on Saoirse. Actually, did I? The cow rescue? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's been a lot. she's in the hospital now. We have had her here for probably like, I want to say a week and a half now, and she's been to the vet before this, and we knew she was dehydrated, and we were doing everything from home because we all thought she would be more comfortable, and she was. And then we like really started seeing some improvements, and she was doing fantastic. And the past 2 days we had her on a specific schedule, like with electrolytes, alternating electrolytes and milk, just to keep her as hydrated as we could. Unfortunately, this morning, like we're doing alternating shifts essentially. I take the night shift, Ben gets like the early morning shift, although that could also be considered night because he'll get up, I'll go to sleep at 2 a.m. and he'll wake up at 4 a.m. for the next feeding. And he goes to bed like super early, and I sleep in. That's just how it ended up going. But anyway, Ben woke me up and was saying that he couldn't get her up, and I was like, no, because this isn't something that's new to us. We were obviously kind of experiencing this before, and we would use like NPK and some dextrose and stuff like that and get her up pretty quickly. It wasn't happening today, so I really didn't think our vet would be able to hospitalize her today or even see her. So I was like looking at other hospitals and university hospitals and all kinds of stuff, and I had like a whole list that I was going to call because everyone seemed to open at 9, and I was like, ugh. But I ended up texting the emergency number for our current vet that we use, and I was hesitant to do so because the emergency number is technically for equines only. But sorry, I'm doing laundry. This is all from Saoirse. But I was just like, I can't wait. I need to see if they can do anything, if this classifies as an emergency, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They were like, they asked who I was, and that was it. And then they're like, bring her in right now. And so got her in the car, packed her stuff, like her formula and things, and we were on our way. We got her in, admitted her. It was a little crazy, as in like we were having a hard time getting the IV catheter in her just because she is so dehydrated. But we got it, or they got it. I didn't do anything but stand there and help. Got her on fluids. She was looking really, really bad. Like when they put her in her little hospital stall, I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if she's coming out of this. But I sat with her for like an hour. I fed her bottle, which was incredible because after a little while of being on the fluids, she was more than happy to take her bottle. They also gave her antibiotics, pain medicine, and long story short, she may have stomach ulcers, so they gave her something for that, and they had to do that via IV because of the way they have multi-chamber stomachs. They're ruminants, so it would process, if they gave it orally, it would process different and like not actually make it to her stomach. I don't know. Anyway, our cow specialist at the vet is actually on leave until June 1st or June 2nd. Of course, the one time we get a cow rescue. So we have an appointment with him on the 2nd. I don't know if we'll end up keeping it. I'm hoping we'll end up keeping it and everything. But it's just been a whole thing. And they're not, I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing, because they do. But, you know, they were texting with him and trying to figure out what he thought. So she's in the hospital now. But to say we're tired is an understatement. It's been a lot. Probably the most physically and emotionally demanding rescue we've ever had to date. I just, there's not really, we're not sure of what the outcome will be. We're hoping for the best, of course. Of course we would. She's worth every moment, and I will fight for her till she doesn't want to fight anymore, but she has been proving that she's really, really willing to live. I really don't know. I did tell you we were doing shifts. It's just, I can't explain it to you. I feel like maybe those that have had similar experiences, it's just like you are constantly worried about them, constantly like monitoring them, and then it's every 2 hours they have to have their bottle, or they have to be checked on every couple minutes, and then she needs I don't want to say entertainment, but she gets bored and she like starts pushing on the gate, and it's just like it's been 24/7. And when you think like, oh, when she takes a nap, you can get some things done. No, we don't. I've literally not been on the computer. I have not like had any fun. Spending time with her is fun. I love her so much, but I really haven't had chances to go to the garden. Ben and I are constantly switching on and off of things, so it's been hard. And I think the hardest part is like if she wasn't sick, you know, if she was just kind of like baby where you need to do bottles and stuff and it would be fine, it would be a lot easier. But the fact that she is sick and she needs to be monitored and she has a lot of special needs, it's just a lot more. And we knew that she was going to be or I shouldn't say she was going to be, but this rescue was going to be a lot when we went into it. But also it's the first time experiencing this, so it's been a lot. We had a comment today that was like, get some rest while she's at the hospital. I'm like, yes, I've already had a nap. Ben's already sleeping. It's like 6:30, almost 6:30. I'm just finishing up some things up here, and I'm used to the whole staying up till like 2 and then sleeping in. So I'm gonna try to get to sleep earlier, of course, but I am trying to get a few things done, like catching up on laundry. She is inside right now. She's staying in my office, and I don't have a diaper on her just because she's been scouring, which means she has a lot of diarrhea, and I didn't want her to go on herself like really badly. So we've just opted for towels and stuff, and we're really low on puppy pads, so I haven't done those either. But it's been a lot of laundry, like a lot, nonstop. Ben cleaned up her whole area, and like we have like a tarp and things down at the bottom to just catch any fluids, and we're just cleaning up and catching up basically. And after this, I'm gonna probably do a little bit of social media posting, and then maybe some fundraiser work, and then probably do a little crocheting. I know, wow. And then go to sleep. It's been so much. I got her this from Tractor Supply. I also got, well, the other one's hanging up. I have to get it down to wash it. But these are just like jumbo dog toys, and we've been using these types of things to like pat her head and like keep her head up. If she's, just to make sure she's not aspirating, or like when she's asleep, I don't know, I feel better when her head's propped up. Right now I sent her with her big giant unicorn at the vet. I don't know if I've ever showed you. Like I genuinely can't remember the last clip or the last time I talked to you guys, and I don't remember if I showed you Sorsha at all. I don't even know if I shared with you her name, but her name's Sorsha. And Sorsha means freedom. So we thought that was really beautiful, because she was from a beef farm and she's free now. And yeah, I really don't know how much I shared. I am so sleep deprived. I don't remember, like I couldn't even tell you what day it was. The only way, actually that's a lie, I do know what day it is, but the only way that I knew what day it was because over the weekend they don't typically hospitalize animals. Well, they do. It's just they try to get out as many as they can. Only the critical ones will stay. So I was just like, oh, she's going to stay for a couple of days. And I was like, oh, wait, but it's the weekend. So that's the only way I know it's almost the weekend. Otherwise, not a clue. These past 2 weeks, really, no sense of time. Especially with me being up late and not really seeing. I mean, I see the sun, but it's definitely, I don't. I really don't know how to explain it to you anymore. But anyway, I'm semi-done with the laundry. I'm going to put some of this stuff away. This is the other jumbo dog toy I got from Tractor Supply. It's upside down popsicle. I thought it was really cute. It's actually good for these corners because this is the fence she stays in, and she just pushes on the corners. She's blind, so she tends to favor the sides and the corners, so she'll push on the corners, and we like to keep those padded. We have a stuffy here, a stuffy on the other corners as well. But yeah, right now it's just being cleaned out. So this is the tarp we had underneath, and there's like cardboard padding underneath of that, and then we'll just do blankets and sheets and puppy pads if we need to on top. And then we line the gate so she doesn't hurt her teeth, which all of her teeth are falling out. That's another thing. But we have blankets, like fleece blankets, we'll put all around. But this is kind of like the laundry pile right now. Actually, surprisingly, I have 3 more loads of laundry to do, so this isn't even half of it. She literally goes through probably all of these every day. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, these aren't all her plushies. Those are mine, you guys know, but we have her, well, this is actually Cooper's giant sheep. We have the popcorn, we have the spider, we have this pig, this lamb chop, and she has the popsicle and then this unicorn. This is the to be washed pile. I just pulled those out. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the babbling. I'm really hoping maybe I'm thinking she'll be discharged from the hospital tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. They said 1 to 2 days because they had a calf in there just last week that stayed only 2 days and was perfectly fine to go home. But I'm also nervous. Like, I want her to get as much care as she needs. But they really, really gave her... I'm talking too much, but you know, it's really hard leaving her behind at the vet, and it was like it was just so hard to leave, and it's so hard to be here without her because I was constantly like checking on her and making sure she was okay, making sure she was fed, and now it's just like so lonely, if that makes sense. Even though it's a nice break, I will say, but yeah, she's in the best place she could possibly be. I guess I just worry because she's not getting that overnight care. I mean, there's somebody there that kind of monitors everything, but she's not getting that, I guess I should say, one-on-one. I mean, really not many hospitals would, I guess. It's just kind of like a check on, yeah, and then move on kind of situation. Like, she's not getting her around the clock feeding, but she doesn't need that because she has fluids going 24/7. Anyway, I'm really hoping I get good news tomorrow. I haven't heard anything this evening. That's good. No news is good news. So I'll probably check in with them tomorrow. If they don't call me in the morning, I'll call them around noon and see what's going on. But she'll either get discharged tomorrow or she'll stay probably one more night. I don't think much more, though. Oh, I gotta go. The cat feeders just went off.